Welcome to the first episode of my podcast, Elite Lifts. My name is Nate, the star of the podcast, and with me is my co-host, Kevin.
Hello.
So, basically, this is my first episode of this podcast, right? So, basically, today's episode is just going to be all about lifting as an adaptive lifter. Air quotes. You guys couldn't see me do that, but air quotes. I'm just going to have Kevin ask me some questions, maybe dive into some topics, like what my diet might look like, what my exercise routine might look like, how often I work out, if I work out alone, who I work out with, all those different type of topics. So basically, let's just get into it. So is there anything specific that you want to start off with?
How long have you been working? That's the question I want to know.
What do you mean? How long have I been...
With competitive sports?
I have been adaptive weightlifting for almost 2 years. It will be 2 years in May.
That's something. So you've been in the wheelchair all your life, right?
Yes, I have been in this wheelchair, or I got diagnosed with... I wasn't going to go on this tangent, but whatever. I got diagnosed with CP. I probably should have actually done this to start off. I got diagnosed with cerebral palsy when I was, I had a brain aneurysm when I was 3 days old, and basically it killed a part of my brain. And
we've actually got two students that are working on a podcast now.
With that being said, it killed my brain for
But this room, as we begin to finish it off, we're actually going to get sound paneling in here.
It killed my brain,
so
that part of my brain that makes
with a lot of
that
audio
makes
gear
my legs work.
So
I have been doing this
sound dampened already, so students are able to work in there and not have
I've been doing it since I was 3 days old. I've been in the chair. So yeah, that basically answers your question. I'm sorry, it's kind of a lot. With the school has people come in and basically...
You want to repeat that whole section?
I'm so sorry.
We're not cutting this. Leave it.
Look,
that was funny. That was funny. I will cut it. That was funny. You want to repeat that whole section?
Look, so I have been in the wheelchair since I was 3 days old. I had a brain aneurysm. I was diagnosed with CP when I was 3 days old, which left me... There's basically a part in my brain that is dead that basically makes my legs work. That's just that.
I got a brother with cerebral palsy, and I know how it feels. He'll be in a wheelchair before he's 40. So.
Dang, man. It happens. You'll get used to it.
It's the only way he knows how to live, so.
Yeah. And basically, that's one of the things that I want this podcast to be. Adios, Mike. That's gonna go. But anyways, I want this to be, an inspiration to people with disabilities and normal people too. If you guys have a dream or something you want to achieve, go for it, do it. Nobody is going to stop you, except yourself. So, and don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let anybody influence your decisions but yourself. You know what I mean?
Whoever's watching this, we're not normal. No.
No.
We're the closest thing from normal.
Yeah,
we're
facts.
not normal.
Facts. But, was there any specific questions you had for me?
What kind of sports do you do? What competitive sports do you do?
What do you mean? What kind of lifts do I do?
Yeah.
So, I do lever pull, which is basically seated deadlift. I do log press, which is basically just an incline press with a different bar. I have done a truck pull where I legitimately, not even gonna lie, pulled a Chevy Colorado. Okay, there is a video of that. Yeah, where I pulled a Chevy Colorado from one end of a parking lot to the other in 45 seconds. So the strength is definitely there.
You did this all in your wheelchair. That's surprising.
Yes, sir.
That is surprising. I couldn't do that, and I can walk. No, I will not be able to do that.
Look, man, people look at us different, and they think that we are
People think I'm stupid.
different people because we look different, because some of us may
Act different.
Yeah, may act different, but we are just as normal as everybody else.
I'm going on 7 months straight on YouTube, so my brother didn't think I'd be able to do that for 2.
Facts. But, so that's just what I want to do. Like, I want to prove to people that I can do everything. And that's one thing I actually wanted to talk about, which, did you have any more questions? Because I'm going to start getting into topics now, so we can just fire off these topics.
Fire off the topics.
So, like, competitions. I know you didn't really write this in the notes.
No.
And you might have to remind me of some of the topics. But I want to talk about competition and how the competitions work. Basically, right, I was actually just on the phone with my like, I guess you could call him
Trainer.
the promoter. No, the promoter of the next event. Chris Vaccio. Shout out Chris, man. If you end up watching this, love you, bro. But Chris literally is the guy who runs everything for all the competitions. And basically, I just want to explain how they work. So usually, they will have different, like, what's it called?
Categories?
Divisions.
Yeah. And
basically, like, I am in the cerebral palsy division because of, the cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So I actually go up against people who have the same thing as me. And there is this one person in the division that I am in his name is Tommy. Not my trainer, it's a different Tommy. He has been doing it 30 years. He has been the world's strongest man, I think once or twice. I'd have to ask him. World's strongest disabled man.
What years? What years do you think he was?
Well, he's probably like 70 now. So,
Where's your next event at?
Next event is at Pickerington, Next Level Fitness. Shout out Next Level. Love you guys. Thank you for the sponsor.
Is there weight categories in like the?
Like, do we have to bulk?
Yeah.
Or cut? Now,
Yeah.
You don't have to. I do because I just look better. And
How much do you weigh?
Right now?
Yeah.
155, 160.
I've been 120 for like 4 years.
Small bands over here.
I don't gain weight.
Yo, gang.
I just shoot up.
Small man gang over here. But But yeah, that's basically how it works. And like the exercises will basically go like they'll each have each individual category go, and then you'll lift. And basically, like with the lever pull, I'll basically just explain one exercise and how they work. So you'll basically, with the lever pull, it's this machine with 2 metal poles on each end of it. Like it's a straight machine with 2 metal poles on the end of it. And then you put weights on it. And basically, you try and lift the max weight for 3 reps, and you try and get your maximum weight for your 3rd rep. Now, I have done that for, I think, 220. That's my max rep on that. So, I mean, a little strong over here. But I've seen 500 pounds done on that machine. So.
I haven't worked out in 3 years. I cannot relate.
But, that's just some of how it works. Like, there's other things. So the log press, which is just basically an incline press, which is basically where you just push straight up, and you try and do that for 3 reps for your max weight being your 3rd rep. And even there was a woman who was at my last competition who may or may not have beat me for the first event. It's okay. There's some strong, beefy women. Shout out to all.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna win. So.
Shout out to all the strong women out there.
You're not a sore loser.
No, I'm not. I understand that, it takes hard work and dedication to do what I'm doing.
You're the best at something. You like it, you can't be the best at it. So.
Yeah, facts. Was there any questions that you had for me, like, just in general?
What's your diet? Like, what do you eat, like, mostly every day? Eat and drink.
So, like, outside of competition, or...
Just in general.
Okay, so, during competition, I eat about 2,000 calories every day, right? But for competition, I eat 3,000, okay? 3,000 calories every day. I work out 3 hours a day, every day. because, you got to keep the gains up, man. And shout out to my boy Harrison for basically just pushing me. And everybody else on the team, dude. Tommy, Chris, Harrison, everyone just pushes me to my max potential, and I love y'all for that. Because you don't have to, but there's people who basically just make my life easier, and they make sure that I'm working as hard as I possibly can be. So, love y'all for that.
You start something new, you're not going to get into it straight away, and you got to push yourself until it becomes normal and it feels normal.
Yeah, and that was another big thing. If you guys are looking into it, and you guys want to become lifters, just keep pushing, because at first it's going to suck so bad, because you're going to be like, bro, I don't want to work out. I want to eat a sundae. I want to be fat.
Yeah, pizza rolls are awesome. Pizza rolls are good.
Shout out to Tostitos, man.
Yes.
Sponsor me. Let's go. Yeah, facts. But I understand how much work it's going to take, and I'm not scared of the work. I'm one of those people that I actually love, when I basically started doing competitions, I started winning. And that's what pushed me to push even harder, was the fact that I started winning. I won my first competition, and it pushed me to win more. It pushed me to go harder, you know what I mean?
Was it like that? Was it like a period where you just kept on losing until you won your first one, then you became more motivated, or did you just start winning after you,
No, basically, the first competition I ever did, I won. Which, once I started getting that, that dopamine in my brain being yo... I'm winning these. I'm doing something right. So this is the first sport that I'm good at.
So why not do it more?
Yeah, and it just pushed me and motivated me more to actually want to do it more and push myself harder.
The only sport I've done is bowling in 3 years.
Yeah, I did other sports too. It hasn't always just been
What other sports did you do?
Bowling. I actually bowled.
How much do you usually go?
What do you mean?
How much do you usually bowl a game?
120 max. I'm not very good at it, but also I kind of give that to Ron, because he was he wasn't a good coach, man. And I'm sorry, Coach Ron, if you end up seeing this, I did not like you. All right, I'm sorry. No shots fired, but I didn't like you. I'm sorry. You didn't teach me. You just made me want to cry every day. So thank you. But you also pushed me harder to actually want to do something else. And shout out my team. Seriously, shout out my team for what they're doing. Shout out them for pushing me as hard as possible. Yeah, I love all y'all, man. Especially on my team, bro. Harrison, Tommy, Chris, everybody, man. Y'all are just amazing people. And I'm so blessed and so glad to be around people who just want to push me as hard as possible. So I love y'all for that. But, we going crazy over here. Competition day is literally, hang on, let me check, because I don't know. He just texted me.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah, competition day is July 24th, bro. My next competition is July 24th.
I go to Tennessee on July 16th to the 24th. I'm in Tennessee.
Well, you could have actually came. I would have actually...
Oh, I want to come now. Wait, where is it at?
Pickerington.
Where's that? I don't know where that is. Sorry.
It's Pickerington, Ohio. It's kind of far. It's 50 miles away.
I don't drive either, so...
Yeah, rip this man's driver's license.
I'll probably get it in the summer, probably.
Facts. But I want to actually, include you guys a little bit in this podcast. And I just want to ask a few questions. For everyone who's watching this, by the way, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for taking the time just for us two to just BS. But I want to ask you guys some things. If you guys are looking forward to this, why, who or why are you looking forward to it? Or, not really that, why are you wanting to do it? And secondly, what is your guys', if you guys already do weightlifting, non-disabled or just disabled, what is some of your guys' favorite exercises? I'm very, very curious. I want to know your guys' workout routines. I want to know your guys' diet guides because sometimes, it might help me out, like, for this next competition, like, because I'm trying to cut. Shout out cutting because it's difficult, bro. I can't lose weight. Never mind.
You can't lose weight no matter what.
No, I stay about the same weight. But, yeah, I just want to know what you guys are, like, doing. If you guys do this, what helps you guys so I can get some tips and maybe take your guys' advice. Anyways, any other ideas or like questions you have for me?
I was gonna ask a question, but I forgot what it was. Dumb. I used to work out.
Okay.
I used to work out when I was like 9.
Okay.
And I was like 90 pounds. I used to bench 120.
Okay.
All
right.
I don't
These
know.
strong mans over here.
I don't know. I don't bench anymore. My brother's in track though.
Okay. But is there anything that you really want to know about like this? Or anything you're curious about knowing? Because I'm right here. You might as well ask me. And
Is it just like your trainer's pushing you, or do you have those like sometimes you just want to do it and sometimes you just want to die?
Look, sometimes, bro, I ain't gonna lie, right? Every time I have those, because you will get, and this is something as a weightlifter for like the last year, sometimes you will plateau and you will stop gaining muscle. You will stop, like, the motivation won't be there. That's when I really need my team, and that's why, when you start weightlifting, you should always have a team behind you, whether it's your best friend, whether it's like I have my best friend, some of my family, my trainer, whether it's your girlfriend, your dog, your mother, I don't care, man. You got to have somebody behind you pushing you, because if it's just you, it's going to be so much harder. That's just how I look at it. Because yes, sometimes you will literally after one workout be like, okay, that was a hard workout, I'm done. I don't want to really do this anymore. But here's the thing, if you guys keep pushing and you guys keep just trying, right, you will eventually have the moment where it's your moment. Like you worked everything that you had to get this moment, so, that's just what happens. Anyways, what?
That's with everything though too. You just have to try, like, push yourself. Doesn't matter how much you hate it.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to push yourself and you'll be good at it.
Yeah, if you guys really want something, just push yourself. Don't let anybody tell you no. That's another thing, because when I started doing this, like, I was so scared of just people judging me. But like, bro, and that's another thing. If people tell you no, that should push you more to want to prove people wrong. That's one thing that really pushed me, was people always told me I couldn't. Now I'm the second strongest disabled man in the state, gang. But I'm doing it,
You're not
and
first,
I'm proving people wrong. Y'all can't see this, but I'm about to punch this man in the face. Bro. Okay, anyways, don't listen to him. Right? Just keep pushing yourself, and eventually you'll get there.
No, but I've lost so much competition that's not even funny.
Bro, it happens. Just keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, I used to be in wrestling until I kept on losing. Then at like a point when I was like 10, I won, and I felt so happy. Then I won like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Then the season was over, and it was sad.
Yeah.
But I did it next year, though, too.
Look, just make sure you guys are keep pushing yourself. Make sure that, you've got people around you. If you're really interested in this, just push yourself. There's nobody that's going to tell you no besides yourself. And don't let people, like, bring you down. If you really want to do something, do it. That's really all I have. I want to start bringing more people on the show, and just do interviews and stuff with, like, the people who really started me with this. So my buddy Christian was a big one for me, bro. Like, that man, because I always wanted to do sports, but I never knew what I wanted to do, and I did 4 years worth of strength and conditioning. And it was one of those things where it was like, yo, I'm good at this. Is there a sport I can play? So I asked Christian, who is a really big guy. He's really into weightlifting and stuff. And I was like, yo, can I do a sport with this? And he told me about adaptive strongman, which is what I am. I'm an adaptive strongman. And basically hooked me up with Tommy, who is my trainer, who I love to death. He's like my second dad. And then I met Harrison, who is his son. Then I just started meeting all these people, and it just meant so much. So I'm gonna have all these people eventually, hopefully, on the show. I don't know when, but we're gonna set it up soon. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little overview of this little podcast vibe thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I love y'all, man. If y'all really actually mess with this, let me know. Seriously, let me know if you guys want more specific topics, or if you guys want to see certain people on the show, let me know. It is what it is. I love y'all, and thank you for tuning in. Anyway, everybody have a good day. Is there anything else that you want to do before we actually end the show?
Subscribe to my YouTube, Caveman8. I do Minecraft all the time.
Facts. Go subscribe to both of our YouTube channels,
Yes.
man. I'm so close to 120 on YouTube.
Going on 7 months straight on April 25th or 7th. I don't know which one it is.
This will be on YouTube as a little tester episode, I think.
Hopefully by tomorrow or Thursday. Hopefully.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna start letting you guys know when the podcasts are gonna go live, and I'm gonna start having a schedule because I don't right now. This was just like a spur of the moment thing.
Yes,
so.
it was.
We did this in 30 minutes.
None of this was fucking. Sorry. None of I was promised not to swear, and I did it the whole time until the last part. But yeah, none of this was scripted. It was until we were like, screw it.
Yeah, basically we just we scripted all of it, and then we kind of went off on a tangent.
We had a time limit.
Which, this is more natural. I want to do more things like this. Like
not scripted? Just
because
off.
I feel like...
It's more natural.
Let me know what you guys think, but I feel like this is more interesting.
That's what I do.
It's just...
Yeah, I don't script videos. I just do it naturally, so it's more lively.
I mean, do you agree, though? I feel like this is more just a better idea, if it's just scripted. Anyway, let me... Let me quit going off on a tangent, bro. Anyway, I love you guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a weird episode because we kind of went all over the place. This wasn't scripted. It was just a little vibey episode. Shout out to Kevin for actually being my co-host. You're the best.
First episode.
Vibes. We're going to have people on here very, very soon. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, go subscribe to both our YouTube channels, and I'll have Kevin put all my social medias
in the description, including mine.
Facts. So, love y'all, man. Hope you guys have a good day, and peace.